I'll never forget the night my friend Julie and her boyfriend John made it clear they expected me to provide free legal advice. I'm Emily, a 27-year-old lawyer, and I had just started my career at a decent-sized firm. Julie and I had been friends since school, but we had drifted apart over the years. John, who was 32, had always been a bit cold towards me, but I had never thought much of it. That was until they asked me to meet up and discuss their business, which they had recently opened together. Pause 1. As we sat down, Julie started fishing for free legal advice, asking me questions about their business and expecting me to provide expert opinions. I politely refused, explaining that it was against the conditions of my practicing license and that I didn't want to mix my professional and personal life. I also told her that I had minimal experience in the area of law they needed help with, and that it would take up too much of my limited free time. But what really bothered me was the feeling of being taken advantage of. I was happy to lend a sympathetic ear, but I didn't want to be treated like a free resource. Pause 1. Despite my explanations, John seemed to take my refusal personally. A few nights later, at a catch-up dinner with friends, he started making snide remarks about lawyers, saying we were all greedy and lacking in moral virtue. I tried to laugh it off, but he continued to push my buttons, saying I must have slept my way to the top and that I was unethical. The final blow was when he said I must not be a good lawyer because I couldn't even help them with their simple legal problem. I was taken aback by his nastiness, and I could feel my anger rising to the surface. Pause 1. As the night wore on, John's comments became more and more personal. He was trying to provoke me, to get a rise out of me, and it was working. I could feel my face getting hotter, my heart racing, and my mind spinning with retorts, but I tried to keep my cool, not wanting to give him the satisfaction of getting under my skin. I glanced over at Julie, expecting her to intervene to tell John to back off, but she just sat there, silent and complicit. It was then that I realized their entitlement and bullying were not just about me, but about their own sense of self-importance. Pause 1. The rest of the evening was a blur. I went through the motions, trying to make small talk and pretend like everything was fine. But inside, I was seething. I couldn't believe that John had turned on me like that, and that Julie had let him. As the night drew to a close, I made my excuses and left, feeling relieved to be out of there. But the encounter had left a sour taste in my mouth, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I had just been betrayed by people I thought were my friends. As I looked back, I realized that John's behavior was not just about me, but about his own insecurities and sense of entitlement. Pause 1. In the days that followed, I couldn't help but think about what had happened. I realized that John's behavior was a classic case of entitlement and bullying, and that I had been wrong to think that our friendship was stronger than that. I also realized that I had been right to refuse their request for free legal advice, not just because of my professional obligations, but because I deserved to be treated with respect and dignity. As I reflected on the experience, I knew that I would never forget the lesson I had learned, that some people will stop at nothing to get what they want, and that it's up to me to set boundaries and prioritize my own well-being. Pause 1. As I moved forward, I made a promise to myself to be more mindful of the company I kept, and to surround myself with people who respected and valued me. I also made a promise to stand up for myself, to assert my boundaries, and to never let anyone bully me into doing something that went against my values. And as for John and Julie, I knew that our friendship was over, and that I was better off without them. I was Emily, a strong and capable lawyer, and I would not be intimidated or belittled by anyone. Pause 1. In the end, the experience had been a difficult but valuable lesson. It had taught me the importance of setting boundaries, prioritizing my own well-being, and surrounding myself with positive and supportive people. As I looked to the future, I knew that I would face many challenges and obstacles, but I was ready. I was Emily, a 27-year-old lawyer, and I was unstoppable.